Hello and welcome back to Bits and Bobs. Today's video is very exciting, as you've seen from the title and thumbnail, and you have seen other videos perhaps. We have been down recently to the Britannia Coin Company, and we met up with Christopher Collects, we looked through some coins, we had a great time there. But of course, it is the Britannia Coin Company, as they sell coins, and so of course, as a buyer of coins, I bought some lovely, lovely coins from them. What we're going to do today's video is I'm going to roll the clip. I've got a bit of footage in the sort of sales front section of the Britannia Coin Company, and we'll roll that footage now, then we'll come to the other studio. We've got my coin set up, and I will show you all the wonderful things that I have bought, and then pass on to Charles and Max. So let's begin by rolling the clip of the Britannia Coin Company. So then, I'm back now from the Britannia Coin Company, and I'm going to show you right here all the things that I've purchased. And actually, I'll begin with the thing I was given rather than purchased. So Christopher Collects, on behalf of the Britannia Coin Company, gave all of us, and by the way, I'll show my stuff that I've bought, then Charles and then Max will show you what they have got. This is the freebie that I chose, because you're all allowed to take a one, or just, they're not quite an ounce, but they're the 1 ounce sort of size, best price box they had of these silver-proof coins. So I chose this one, the Bailiwick of Guernsey, 1978, the Royal Visit. And look at that, here we're outside today in the sunlight. This is looking super shiny, super cool, a bit of a blue tint actually. I think that's reflecting from the box. But no, absolutely lovely. Really nice, of course, gesture of them to give us all one of these. A lovely, lovely piece. And as you can see, although it is almost 50 years old, has never been out of the capsule, I would say, as it is still perfect and lovely. So there we go, a wonderful, and can't argue with the price, I guess, for that one, because that was a freebie. Next up, we'll do the only other modern coin, just keeping it together. I bought a BU Tolkien £2 coin for £12, which I think is a very good price, probably below Royal Mint issue price. So that's, they make up the prices, so that's no real benchmark, but still, I think £12 is definitely a good price for this. I shall zoom out. Well, not that far. Stay in focus. There we go. J.R.R. Tolkien, the £2 coin. That was from 2023, I believe. In fact, I opened these bunk packs, and for those of you who don't do that, I apologise. But yeah, let's have a quick look at the design. So it's not my favourite. This has been a highly acclaimed design, actually. So, and I can see it is nice. But yeah, it's not my favourite, but it's pretty good. But Charles III, 2023. And then if I zoom out, we can have a little look through the thingies. There we go. I'm not really a, oh gosh, it's Lord of the Rings, isn't it? Hopefully. Or what's the other one? I don't know. See, yeah, it's not like my theme, his books. Is it The Hobbit? Or is it The Lord of the Rings? Or that is the same thing? Or who knows? I've utterly disgraced myself at the start of the video, which means we need to move on swiftly to something I do know about, which is a big bundle of hammered coins that I've bought. Let's start with this one right here. 1565 sixpence. I'll get it out. We'll have a look at the ticket. Yeah, so 1565. I love a dated hammered coin. Obviously, they didn't really date them much back earlier than this. There's a sixpence. I paid £22. And I think £22 is a very, very good price for this, which is part of why I bought it. And also, it is a lovely coin. As we can see here, the 15 a bit more worn than the 65, which is good to see that defining part of the date nice and clear. We've got pretty much a full flan, actually. The legend is almost fully there, just a bit clipped to the top. We've then got the long cross part running through and the shield, a bit more worn to this side, but what can you expect for almost 500 years? The obverse isn't quite as good. In fact, I need to try and see which way up it goes. I think, well, so the obverse is probably why it was a bit cheaper, because I can't actually see which way up it goes. Probably this way, because it says Elizabeth from around here. You've got the Tudor Rose, Elizabeth, DG. Still not very clipped, so the legend does show quite nicely. But yeah, this side's much better. Of course, when being displayed in a collection, it'll be this way up. So just to see that in the collection, lovely, lovely stuff. Not that I'm date running hammered coins, but it is a new date. It's like not like a duplicate. I didn't have a 1565 sixpence. Do I even have a sixpence? I don't know. I think so, but it's very bad, dateless, worn-off kind of condition. So yeah, very nice indeed for that one there. We'll then go, I lied to you. I forgot how nice they were. They gave me 2 more free coins. And I mean, you know, I'm not going to say I paid for them. I'm not going to lie to you. Obviously, this wasn't like a sponsorship thing. It was just, you'd have seen the video by now. We went down to the Britannia Coin Company, spent a day there filming, helping them out organize coins, just doing sort of stuff, helping out them a bit. Obviously, me talking about them promotes them. And so I guess for that, it was kind of a, you know, scratch my back, I'll scratch yours kind of thing, with a few freebies, this being one of them. One that I'd actually picked out to buy, and then they just said, you know, no discount on the other stuff, and we'll give you these for free as a discount for what you're doing. Anyway, who cares about all that rubbish? Let's have a look at the coin. This is isn't it lovely? My first Commonwealth coin. And I don't mean Commonwealth as in today, like Australia and Canada and all that. I mean the 1600s. King Charles I has been beheaded, and Oliver Cromwell is Lord Protectorate. These coins issued under Parliament. Got 2 shields there. The shield, I think they're Cromwell's shields, or something like that. I'll have to research it. There is a hole, obviously. We've got 2 to the top, meaning this is a 2p or half groat. And then there is the shield of the Commonwealth. Let's get it in focus. Absolutely lovely. One of the last hammered coins. As we know, after these hammered coins, there are a few trial pieces of milled coins with Cromwell's portrait. And then there were some final hammered coins of Charles II before Charles II introduced the milled coinage we know and love. But there we go. A little Oliver Cromwell / Lord Protectorate Commonwealth era 2p. Whoa, 2p. Absolutely lovely. Really, really pleased with that. And although this is maybe a visually nicer coin, this one is by far my favourite. Oh, sorry. It's under my... Get ready. You don't want to see my face. You want to see the coins. Let's try and move these over a bit. There we go. Yeah, this one, very nice. This one, though, my favourite so far. We are zoomed in a bit, just because we keep zooming in onto the coins. I'll do it now, because there's another one of these. I believe it's another 2p. But it was, again, a freebie. I can't remember what price it was, because I was going to buy them both, and then these are the ones given free. So it must have been a good price anyway, but then for free is a very good price. This one a bit more darkened. Can we see? It's a bit, not hold, but not as good condition. It is a 2p. I can see that there. It's very dark on camera for you, but yeah, I mean, this one I think was £10. So I thought, for what it is, that's lovely for the era and the age and all that. But yeah, pretty cool coin. Obviously happy to have got the other one, as that is going to be the main one for the collection. But there we go. Pop that there. I won't zoom out because there's no point, because we're going to be zooming back into this. An Edward VI clipped 6p. You may remember quite recently, kind of a few months or 2, whatever, I bought an Edward VI halfpenny or penny that was destroyed. It was wrecked, but the person that sold it was, identified it as an Edward VI coin. So this should be, I can't actually remember how good it is, should be an upgrade. Is that a folded ticket or is there 2? Oh no, just a random, empty Britannia Coin Company diddly what's it? And here we go. Okay, so it's much, oh yeah, it did say it was heavily clipped, didn't it? Yes, because I just saw Edward VI. Sorry, we'll get to the coin in a minute. I just saw Edward VI, £20, and I was in. But it is a bit clipped, but better than my current or previous Edward VI. So here it is. As you can see, the entirety of the flan is missing. If you imagine this coin, there's the border here with the legend around that. So that would have been, this coin would have been a similar size as it is a sixpence. But yes, it is very clipped. But we can see, oh, that's good. I mean, that's not bad. That's really good. That excited me. That I probably should have looked more what I was buying, but I've been lucky in this case because I'm happy with that. Although there's obviously a big bit of wear through his lower half of the face. Look at that for a portrait of Edward VI, the boy king, who you don't see too many coins of, especially not for £20. Yeah, just about under his eye line has been worn off, which is a shame. But you can see the bottom there, obviously the crown, and the top of his face, the Tudor rose there. And I'm assuming that's an eye, that VI would have been there for sixpence, and then legend around. So it's a flawed coin, of course. Massive clipping, big bit of wear, but I still very much like it because you've got to think, like, you know, the clipping. We all know what clipping is, but you actually got to think this has actually happened on this real coin. Someone back centuries ago has been shaving off little bits of silver, melting them down, trying to buy some bread, you know, all that kind of amazing history that lies behind this coin. Why did it get so worn? What things has it purchased? Whereabouts in the country did it circulate? You know, amazing stuff. And we'll never know, which is a bit of a shame. All we can do is appreciate what might have happened to that lovely, lovely coin. Right then, what we are 10 minutes in, which is a bit of a shame because this is the last coin. But oh no, don't worry. There's Charles and Max to show you their purchases as well. So my final one before I sign off is Elizabeth I, penny for £14. I don't think I have an Elizabeth I penny. I have 2p, 3p, 6p, and so on. So this is a new denomination. And what was that? £14 in this quality. You know, wow. I thought it was, again, I didn't look too much. I just saw the denomination, the monarch, and the price, and was like, yeah, go on then. And I think another good choice on my part, if I do say so myself, because that is very nice. Obviously, it is a bit worn. You're not going to get the most amazing coin in the world for £14, but you can see the crown facing that way, full legend pretty much, bit of damage to that side, and then the design over there. I am a big fan of pennies. Of course, the medieval coins are pretty much all pennies. I've got the date run of pennies right up to 2025, so trying to get a penny from every monarch and every era is a good plan that I encourage you to do if you wish, as I am attempting to do. But there we go. So there's my coins. I will zoom out a bit now. We've finished having a look. Try and get them together. So there we go. You can see the group of hammered ones that were there. We remember the Tolkien £2 coin as well. Very, I mean, stark difference in type of coins there. And of course, that wonderful coin, the proof coin over there. That's what I got from the Britannia Coin Company. But now, it's not over. Don't you worry, because we'll now pass over to Charles to show what he got at the Britannia Coin Company.
So here are the coins I've bought at the Britannia Coin Company. So if we have a closer look, here we have a half groat. So this is a Commonwealth half groat. I paid £36 for it. It has got a small little hole, if you can just about see. Yeah, there we are. Although it's lovely condition, a great price for a Commonwealth coin. And obviously this is from the year from 1649 to 1660. A very nice coin, and a coin, if you have been watching for a while, you know that I have wanted. So as a coin off the bucket list. Moving on to my second purchase, we have a James I 1604 sixpence. So a very nice coin again. Sadly, the portrait is a bit low quality, so you can't quite see everything, although you can just about make up the denomination of the coin, so the sixpence, just where I'm pointing, and you can see the year. So all in all, a nice coin. So I paid £66 altogether for two lovely hammered coins. As we all know, I love my hammered coins, so lovely additions to the collection.
Thank you very much for watching indeed. Please do leave a like and subscribe if you've enjoyed, and we'll see you next time on Bits and Bobs. Bye for now.